Hello everybody, and welcome back to some All the Mods 9 to the Sky. How you guys doing today? Hope you are doing well. I am. So, last few episodes, we have been working towards getting our mechanism stuff, getting to antimatter, getting all that set up. And hopefully today, before it's done and over with, we will have our antimatter. We're going to work on our SPS. Couple things I have noticed since the last episode. One, we are burning through heavy water pretty quick. Now, that being said, we do have a ton of deuterium. So it's kind of hand in hand. It's if we were going to be long playing this we would probably need some more. The other part of this, lithium. We're making tritium. We're going up, but it's very, very slow. And I was trying to figure out why. And it all comes down to this one machine right here. We are making lithium at 256 millibuckets a tick, or whatever this runs. So yeah, this is a bottleneck. We've got all the lithium. This thing is still filled up. We could add another machine to it. I thought we had power issues. It wasn't power issues. But another machine or two of these and we'd be alright. But we're good right now. We're still gaining on both of them while running both of our reactors. So we're good. Alright, but like I said, today we are going to work. But first, I did finally get this thing to go. We have our quest for for getting 50 million? Yeah, it was 50 million, I believe. Anyway, yeah, 50 million FE. So that is squared away. So as I said, today we can get rid of this. We are going to work towards our SPS. All this right here, we've got to make. So let's go ahead and get this done. We needed, that was quest. We will need a total of 72 casings. So 72. We've got all the stuff. Speaking of having all the stuff, yeah, even after doing the recipe, we've still got a ton of polonium and stuff. So the casings, I think I've got that. Structural glass, we needed how many of those? 122. And we should now have what we need for. We need 3 SPS ports. One for input, one for output, and one for... that's not what I wanted. One for the coil. Need 400 million RF. I think we can do this with one and be fine. So let's do our... that's going to make 3 of those, and our coil, 1 of these. And we'll see how this all works and see if we need to give it anything else. So that will take care of, there's our coil, there's our ports. Now we're just waiting. I don't know why these guys are taking so long to... oh, the sheets. That's the slow part of this. Why do we have a bottleneck? It shouldn't take that long to make these sheets. Have all that. We have to do it one at a time. That's why. Alright, let's just wait. Alright, so we've got everything ready to go. So this guy follows... oh, I gotta get the glass. I can't spell. Structural glass. There we go. That quest is complete. That quest is complete. It's going to give us solar panel. So now all we need to do is make our antimatter. So if we look at this, this more or less shows you how you need to make it. It's not really bad. So let's go ahead and 1, 2, 3. Go. This guy here. I think that's what that was. Yeah, and then basically we can do that in all 4 sides. And then this is going to be a little bit close. I need to move this over. But do this on... well, not all 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, all the sides. And then we just fill in the corners. So I need to, like I said, I need to move this over. Let me get this built. I'll be back. Alright, so for our last few blocks, let's go in here. We're going to put that guy there. And then we should be able to put our last few blocks in here, and it should form. Beautiful. So I need my configurator. Let's see what all we have here. Output, input. We need that one set to input, and we need this one set to output. We've got our flux point. We put this guy on here. And we want to limit how much we're putting in here. We don't want to bypass limit. We want to make a limit. So we are producing 40 million RF a tick right now. We're going to give this 30 million RF a tick. Of course, that's not going to do anything right now until we get this ready to go. So we need our pressure tubes. We're going to run this and try to do this without polluting our world. Oh, I need my pipes. I got rid of them. So here... we are going to have to, let's go over here. And let's just cut in right there. And that is not going to be a good spot. Right there. There we go. And there we go. And if I come in here and we switch the configs, wait. For gases, that was input. Let's make that none. All of this should now be going in there. And we should be making polonium. Or not polonium, but antimatter. And this will come out and go inside of a chemical crystallizer. I need one of these guys. We've got 2 buckets. Yeah, it's not going to be very fast. But how much antimatter do we need for the moment? So we're going to need 3 for that. And that's not what I wanted. I wanted our star. So the antimatter, we need a total of 5 to get that. Yeah, we're going to need to make this faster. I don't know, that's not really that bad. Let's see how long this is going to take. Alright, so our biggest issue right now is power. It's not generating very quick. I've been waiting 20 minutes. We've got 37. That's a long way to 1,000. So we need more power. And I think what I'm going to do is upgrade this guy. Not this one in particular. We're going to build a bigger one. And when I say big, I mean big. Max size is 128 by 128, and I forget what the exact number is. Not 128, it's 90 something. And it'll produce 2 billion-ish FE. I don't think we go that big. But this guy here, if we look, this size is producing 300,000. We need a lot bigger than that. So I've got to make some recipes. First and foremost, that's not what I wanted to do. So I don't even think I've got graphite. I think that's one seed we did not do. We didn't. So I'm going to have to do this the hardish way. So graphite, smelt coal. We can put that down here in our energized smelter, wherever it may be. I believe it's this one. We still have plenty of uranium for this. We've got plenty of to make glass. We've got all that stuff. In our questables, bigger reactors. That's to build the 3x3. It does. You can go 128 by 128 by 192. Yes, we are not going that big. But I'm going to see what I can do. So I'm going to spend some time here getting what we need set up. This is going to take a little bit of time to do. I'm not worried about... I need the access ports. I'm not worried about any of the other stuff. I need the redstone port. Yeah, I'm not worried about the redstone port. Inputs, power tap. I think that's everything. So now comes the fun. I've got to get this set up and see where we're at. Alright, so I'm in a test world before I do this. And I don't know what I was reading before. This is a 32 by 32 by 32. So basically a third of how big we can build it, or a quarter of how big we can build it. And we're getting 5.4 million FE. So you figure you times that by 4, it's still not nowhere near enough power for what we're going to need. So we'll have to do something else. Alright, so there's the simple solution, which is just let it run. After doing the math, I think it'll take, with what we have, basically one day, 24 hours to get the 5 that we need to finish the pack. Now, there is the unsimple solution, which is to start just making more reactors. I mean, we can do that. Even adding probably one more of these wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. It'd speed it up just a little bit. But we've got enough stuff to do, I do believe, to continue doing what we're doing. So I think that is what we're going to do. I'm just going to let this run and kind of go from there. So, but as far as our outside items for getting our star, we've got, like I said, we've got this guy done. We're just waiting for the antimatter. We will get into blood magic probably the next episode, and then we still got to do our chaos stuff. Everything else is, we've got the stuff. I think it's time we start building some of this stuff. So, we're going to need dimensional seed. We're going to need our pulsating black hole. We are going to need another star block. The Philosopher's Fuel, I do believe we can do now. This is the one that we can't do yet. The Oblivion Shard we can do. And the Nexium Emitter we can't do yet because we're waiting on that. So, let's get some recipes set up. I made recipes for the reactor and didn't even use it. So for the Dimensional Shard, all I need to do is make the Nether Star Seeds. And there's no... we can do this with modular routers, create them. But I think we'll just go ahead and do them ourselves. So I'm going to need... Nitro, Dragon Egg, Gaia Spirit, Nether Star. So we should be able to get everything we need. Let's do... that guy. Nether Stars we've already got taken care of. Gaia Spirits we've already got taken care of. Dragon Egg Scales we've got taken care of. So, our Prosperity Seeds. Dragon Scales. Is there a recipe for these? Nope. That's actually just killing the Ender Dragon. So, I mean, we can always go back and get more. We do need our Nitro. I need 4 of these. Easy enough. I did not get... There we go. Gaia Spirits, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Nether stars, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I need insanium. I hadn't looked at our insanium. We got 55,000. Yeah, we've got plenty. So now, let's just craft up our seeds. Ooh. There we go. Yeah, they are. So the only real thing with this is just the dragon scales. Like I said, we can get those all we need. Throw those all in there, and dimensional seed. All we're waiting for is the fuel. Actually, we're not waiting on anything. There is our dimensional seed. We need us a... That chest is full of stuff where we were going to do all the stuff. And we probably could with what we've got now. Oh, shoot. I done crashed. Alright, let's try this again without doing that. So there is our dimensional seed. That guy is now complete. We can throw all of that in there. Our next item up for business is going to be our pulsating black hole. And I've got to hope we've got enough stuff for this. We should. So let me get all of these set, and then I will be back. Alright, so if I have done this right, we should now be able to make one of these. If I wanted to make 10, yeah, we're just going to make the one. So we're only going to do one. But we've got all the stuff together. Everything's set up. We could do it. There's a couple things that we could do, and one of those would be to actually process the ores that we have. We've got a bunch of the ore chunks and stuff like that floating around here that I've not even messed with. Just the simple fact of we've had no reason to with having the seeds. So, but now we're just waiting on all this. Is a lot of stuff to craft up. But this is where, this is what I love about modded Minecraft. When you can sit and watch all this stuff go and just fly through it all. I love it. Alright, there we go. Pulsating black hole is done. So that quest is now complete. We wanted to get our nether star block. We need a recipe for that. Easy enough. Nether star block. Beautiful. That gives us that quest complete. Using summon rituals, place the altar above a nether star block, gather the items, place them all down, have a warden in the sacrifice area. And then place the red matter last. Yeah, that sounds like that's going to be a lot of fun. And the philosopher's fuel, I believe we've got these two are already in the system. So we should be able to put this guy in here. And craft it. And it shouldn't take too long to do. It's just got to craft that. Beautiful. There is our Philosopher's Fuel. That's squared away. And then finally, our Oblivion Shard. All of that stuff. That's where we're going to have the problem. But I think we've actually still got one in the system. I'm not sure. But let's see what happens with this. Craft. Yeah, let's see what happens. I don't think this is going to work because of these. But we'll see. Alright, so yeah, we have problems with... I don't... I got to go through all of these in order to do this. But that's alright. So, that is what we're doing. I don't know if there's a way to fix it. I'll have to figure it out. But basically all it's going to do is... I just keep crafting these until we get it. And there we go. All right, so that can go away. And now let's see if we can do our Oblivion Shard. Beautiful. There we go. That quest is now complete. And we are not far from where we need to be. So like I said, we've got to do our antimatter for the last two. We've got to do blood magic for this one and draconic evolution for that. So I've been at this for a little while. Let's go see where we're at. 300. Yeah, that's going to take some time. But next time we know, we're going to need more power. I don't know. I think maybe the next time I do mech reactors, I'm going to try to do a setup where, I mean, we can do the turbine. That'll give us some, but it's not going to give us much more than what we're already getting. So, but with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.